Welcome to my channel. Today, with the 17th anniversary of Resident Evil 4, we're gonna take a look back at this game and see why it was so influential and why is it considered a masterpiece up until now. Without further hesitation, let's get into the video. I was introduced to the series, firstly with the Resident Evil 5, then I played Resident Evil 4 as a kid when I was 8 or so. And up to now, I have finished the game more than 20 times. So now, I can say confidently that this game is the best game that I have ever played. Though there are other great titles out there like Dark Souls, Skyrim, Fallout and The Last of Us, I mean you name it. Let's take a look at the games that were released in the same period of time, like Grand Theft Auto IV and Dead Space and one of the Tomb Raiders. Yes, they are all somehow influenced by the brownish theme of Resident Evil 4. This game with no doubt is the best title of the franchise, and in the past decade, Capcom has been trying to recapture their victory in Resident Evil 4 by releasing more action-based titles like Resident Evil 5, 6, Operation Raccoon City, and Umbrella Corps. Hopefully they're returning to the series' old days by releasing Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 by having less action. Just less. Let's take a look at Resi 4 itself. Resi 4 was released in January 11th, 2005, and until now it's been released on almost any playable platform you can think of. Even the VR version, I don't know why, but it is exclusively for Oculus. It's like Bethesda's Skyrim, it's a moneymaker for them, and they're like, why not? Anyway, you start your journey to rescue President's daughter as Leon Kennedy, who is obviously not a rookie cop anymore. His starting look is iconic, and he is easily identified as Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 with that jacket, but only he wears it in one chapter, I don't know why. Moving on, jumping off edges, killing off a chainsaw-wielding psychopath, saving a dog, meeting the El Gigantes, and finally solving some puzzles, and also this stupid chandelier thing. He manages to find Miss Graham, and on the way out, they meet Sadler, the leader of Los Illuminados, a cult in which people are infected with a virus called Las Plagas. They move around, killing some zombies, solving some puzzles, meeting some old FBI friend agents, meeting the village's chief, and so on. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, Ashley gets kidnapped several times. And there are actually some truly challenging boss fights in this game. Well, aside from the plot, let's compare Resident Evil 4 with previous titles. Well, previous ones like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and probably Code Veronica were mainly atmospheric, and also have fixed camera angles, with challenging and sometimes mind-twisting puzzles that requires tons of going back and forth. Now, we are introduced to a new camera angle, the third person, and also the puzzles are elementary level. I mean, everything you need is in the same area, you just need to look around. The only mind-twisting thing here is this puzzle where Ashley has to solve when you play as her. And now, unlike previous Resident Evil titles, this game does not happen in one specific area. I mean, not just in a mansion or police department. It starts from a village and moves to a castle and finally an island. The next thing that was added were treasures. And did you know you could actually combine these treasures? After all these years of RE, I found them out just this year. Anyway, why should you even collect these treasures? Obviously to sell them to the iconic merchant. God knows how much I love his character. Yes, you can purchase weapons and upgrade yours at his place. And the cool thing about him, he always returns even if you kill him. But do not try this, a professional mod. And he always calls you stranger, even at the last boss fight. Interesting, stranger. In this game, your options of weapons are not limited to a handful of games. This time, you actually have 2 to 3 models of each type. Now let's talk about how rewarding and satisfying this game is. Well, sometimes when you shoot a zombie, they drop items. They could be ammunition, money, and herbs. When you shoot some specific parts of their body, they get stunned and you have the ability to kick them or so. This mechanism has been in the series ever since. Are you enjoying the video? If you are, please make sure to subscribe and drop a like. Remember when I told you I finished this game 20 times? Well, the reason is every playthrough is refreshing, and each time the experience is more satisfying. Resident Evil 4 is not just that. Aside from the campaign, you get to play many extra modes, like the separate ways. The 3-hour campaign in which you play as Ada to see what she's been dealing with, and you also find what happened to Leon's jacket. You once more get to play as Ada in Assignment Ada, which is not a plotline, and it's not that important. And you guessed it, the good old Mercenaries mod that I'm not a big fan of in Resident Evil 4. I personally rather Resident Evil 5's Mercenaries the most, because of the variety of playable characters and the maps. There is just so much content within. Anyway, when you finish the game and start your second playthrough, you get to buy some new stuff. You can unlock the unlockables, like the Matilda from RE2, Infinite Rocket Launcher, Hand Cannon, which is my favorite, and Plugger's Removal Laser, or shortly PRL, and the best one, Chicago Typewriter. Though the game is great, it is actually not flawless. I mean, like the QTEs and stuff. Well, I'm not a big fan of QTEs, and I still don't know how I managed to finish this game. I explained all these things just to tell you how great and influential this game is, and how much I love it. Resident Evil 4 was released 17 years ago, but that truly does not mean that it's not playable now. Though to some extent some of the game's features are not in this era of games, like QTEs and the fact that you cannot move while aiming. Other cool facts about Resident Evil 4 suppresses the flaws, so you can play it now and still enjoy it. Well, that was it for Resident Evil 4, the 17-year-old masterpiece that influenced many game designers, and we spent a lot of our time playing it. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and drop a like, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can be first to see the next video. By the way, if you have any idea on what topic I should be making videos about, feel free to comment them down below. Thanks for watching.